wonderful experience. This morning, I appreciate my human form. Everything today will respond differently to me than ever before. While I slept and reconnected to Source, I was replenished. Now that I am awake in this beautiful morning, I am focusing in ways that allow my receptive mode to be acutely attuned, uniquely beautiful. This morning, I recognize that contrast creates expansion and causes me to expand my desires. But I also understand that if I'm more and more often in the vortex and I'm drawing in more and more positive energy, then I can be regularly expanding powerfully, but with less and less contrast needed. Source, thank you for tending to what I have put into my vortex and bringing those things into my vibrational reality this good morning, this amazing day. Thank you for being aware of me and being with me everywhere I go today. Thank you for being aware of my intentions when I have conversations and do the things I need to do today. I love that I can listen to you. You know.
No, 0 to 100 mindset. No, it was default perfectionism. No. Listen.
Good morning, folks. It's actually darker in here than it is outside. So we're already 8 ounces down because I drank off of the bottle last night, and let's get a little bit of beer. I think my neighbor is gone, so across the street. So I think I'm about to do her trash in the morning. All right. Good morning, folks. How are y'all? Y'all good? That's good. This morning, I think we're gonna do another orange cream, orange cycle. And then we will have a little bit of a chit chat. So let's get this nice and mixed. While we're doing that, we'll have 2 Motrin. All right, so let's have a chat. A few videos ago, we had a conversation about how to save money on your cheat meals. And I was telling you things like download the app, because the app always has, like daily deals where you can get a good cheat meal for $5-6 that would usually cost you like 10, 11, 12. Look for coupons like this, like 2 Whopper Juniors, which I might take up on, who knows. Save those receipts, because the back of them have cute little things like get a 2-piece chicken with a biscuit if you buy a large drink for $3.49, depending on whatever. Once again, I do say be nice to them, because sometimes they will downgrade that to just buy a small and we'll give you a large and whatever. Sometimes they'll throw on some extra chicken because they just want to move some stuff off the line. But today I'm gonna go in a different direction. And the different direction is how to save money on meats. Now, listen, times are tough for everyone, and even if you are good, it's good to still save some money. And I want to help people save money. So this is me trying to help people save money. So one of the first ways that I save money on meats is buy in bulk. If you have a deep freezer or you have a lot of freezer space, places like Costco or Sam's Club, or if you live in Florida, BJ's could be your best friend. Buying that meat in bulk, yes, you're going to spend a lot. Well, not really a lot. You're going to spend quite a bit of money up front, but you could slice it yourself, which means you could buy the whole rib rack, whatever it is, and you could slice those ribeyes yourself into your own thickness, however you want it to be. That saves you a lot of money. Another one is, like I say, you can buy, there's so much you can buy at Costco. I use Costco a lot because, well, Alaska. And it is a wonderful place. Now, the one thing is, you will be tempted to buy all kinds of other stuff, and there's nothing wrong with it. Like I say, buying in bulk, everything could be a good thing. Like your rice, your beans, your vegetables. Well, not really your vegetables. Those things go bad. Your canned goods, your bucket goods. Yeah, they actually have marshmallow fluff in a 5-gallon bucket. Coming soon to this channel when I have a girlfriend. The second tip I can give you is make nice with the butcher. Now, that sounds a little stupid, but it really isn't stupid. Understand this. Butchering is kind of a little bit of a thankless job, and people are just, hey, give me my meat and call it a day. Be the one person that makes friends with them. Be the one person that makes nice with them. I guarantee you, they're going to give you options on choices of meat that maybe aren't what you want. Like, for example, you want a ribeye. You want 5 pounds of ribeye. Yeah, that sounds great. What about 5 pounds of chuck eye? Chuck eye, just as good as ribeye, and it's a lot less money. Half, sometimes a quarter of the cost of a ribeye. And guess what? You got the same marbling, same flavor. You save money, you can get more. Fill up your freezer just a little bit more. And they can also tell you things that are coming on the truck soon. Like, for example, pork jowl. Hey, when are you guys getting more pork shoulders, the picnic cut? Oh, we'll have that on this day. Hey, can you set one aside for me? Sure. And here's a little tip for you too. When you're nice to them, when you're really nice to them, that 15-pound cut somehow gets marked as a 5-pound cut. Remember what I say. A little bit of niceness goes a very long way with people. And yes, that time that I bought that one, that was 15 pounds, I got charged for a 7.5 pound. All because I go in there, I'm respectful, I'm kind, I talk to the people, I treat them like they are like they are actual humans. I don't just, where's the meat? It's, hey, how you doing? How's your day going? Yada, yada, yada. They see my face. They know what I'm coming in there for. So yeah, they don't mind that. Here's another tip as well. Ask for manager specials. Manager specials, are lifesavers. This is what sometimes does bring that $10 ribeye down to $5, because sometimes they need to move that meat. It's a certain time of day. They just want to move it. Nothing wrong with that. And while we're in that one, here's the other tip. Ask that butcher, what day of the week do they usually mark their meats down lower? They'll give you that. They will tell you that. They'll actually tell you what time they do it. That way, if you can get your grocery trip done that time, you can. Now, this is the thing to understand. There's usually limits at that point. Like when I go in and I get my chicken, like the chicken quarters, sometimes they'll have them marked down at $1, and you can get four quarters per pack. But they always have it like limit 6, limit 7, or limit 5. I've never seen 7. I'll either see a 5 or a 6 or a 4. Okay, get the limit. Okay, they got chicken thighs. Limit 4. Take 4 of those. Okay, put them on the grill. Put them in the oven. Freeze whatever you're not going to eat. Nothing wrong with that. They will tell you that. But once again, this is where having respect for them comes in. Do not walk in there. Where's the manager specials? Hey, how you doing? How's your day going? How they treating you up the hill? Man, I know they ain't treating you good. Quit lying. You will be shocked at how just that little bit of niceness opens a lot of doors for you. Another tip is, and yeah, we're going with another make friends. Make friends with your butchers, not your butchers, your local hunters and your local processors. Now, this is where we have to get into a little bit of lingo mumbo jumbo. A hunter cannot sell you game meat. They can't sell you game meat. There is no price on game meat. And no, you cannot hire a hunter or sponsor their tag to go hunt for your meat. You cannot do that. What you can do, though, is you can offer to pay for processing for their meat if you can have certain cuts. That you're allowed to do. You're not allowed to pay for that meat, but you are allowed to pay for the gas to get to the hunt. You're not allowed to pay for the meat, but you are allowed. Hey, you need a hotel that night? No, we're not going to put you in this rinky-dink hotel. We're going to put you in this nice Sheraton over here. You're allowed that. Now, this is the warning. Check with your local jurisdiction. And if you're in Alaska, you will need a transfer of goods bill to make sure, because if you don't have that bill and you have more than 50 pounds of moose meat in your freezer, well, number one, I don't know how they're ever going to find out. You need to eat the meat, but it's always good to have it. And this is why you should also make friends with your processors. Sometimes people go in, they take the meat in, and they never seem to come back for it. Or sometimes hunters only want certain pieces. They only want certain cuts. They don't want everything else. So they'll take all these cuts. They'll take the cuts they want, leave the rest of the meat there. This is a chance for you to put your name on a list to where you can get the phone call from the processor, because the processor can charge you. He can sell you that meat. Now, he's going to sell it to you at a low cost, or if it's the whole animal, you're only going to pay the processing fee. And maybe just a couple dollars extra just to put a little money into the business. But you can get meat like that. Now, as I told you, a hunter cannot sell you the meat. But there is nothing wrong with a barter for the meat. You can barter for the meat. Hey, do you have 10 pounds of venison, deer? Or 10 pounds of caribou, or 10 pounds of jackrabbit? Okay, I have 25 packs of electrolytes. I have a pen. I'll give your kids haircuts that all look like buzz cuts until they turn 18. I don't care if Susie has Goldilocks. I will shave her head until she's 18. She will look like G.I. Jane. you're allowed to do that. Once again, check your local jurisdictions because everyone else has different rules. And once again, if you're in Alaska, you better have a transfer of goods bill on you at all times to show that, you actually did barter for that. But here's also the fun thing about Alaska. You can also put your name on a list for roadkill removal. You will have to pay the processing, but there you go. And also, a lot of hunters do participate in feeding the hungry. They will donate a kill sometimes, or sometimes those kills will go to a food pantry. So there's that. But make good with the processor. Trust me, processors are your best bet. And the last one, and this might sound a little controversial, but hear me out with what I'm about to say. Volunteer at your local food pantry. Now, when I first got out the military, I had a very rough time mentally, sometimes physically as well. The beautiful volunteers at the VA hospital, the VFW, the Legion halls, those are saints of people. The people that volunteer at the Red Cross, they are wonderful people. So I volunteer at my local food bank. People don't look at food banks the way they should. Food banks are not for when you hit rock bottom. Always think about it like this. These are things that you pay your taxes for. Your taxes already pay for it. Go in and volunteer. You will be surprised at how much help these places actually do need. When that truck comes in, that is a big truck. Those pallets are heavy. Those pallets are huge. They need help with breaking those pallets down, with storing that stuff away, with throwing things out that are either going bad, or are just straight up rotten, or they can't do anything else with because you can't give the food back once it's been on the shelf. If it's still in the freezer, you can give it back. If it's not, if it's been out, then you have to either throw it away or give it away. This is where you come in. You go in, you give some of your time, and when things do go bad, you take. They do allow you to do your shopping there as well for free. Well, it's free no matter what. But they do allow you to come in and grab what you need as well. But this is what I do say. Give first and then take. Take the things that are getting ready to go bad. Like I say, I take the meat. I usually look at the dates on the meat and see what's coming up. If these 2 bags of chicken are coming up and I know I'm going to eat them anyway, I'm just going to freeze them and then eat them, I take them. Ground chicken, same thing. Ground beef, same thing. Milk, when I do grab milk, same thing. Eggs are a little different because eggs can be whatever. Of course, the pasta never expires. Beans never expire. Rice never expires. And that's where you can really stock up your pantry right there, is at the food banks, because we get in so much rice, so many beans, oatmeal. We have a thing where we literally have to tell people, take as much as you want. And sometimes we cannot get rid of this stuff. You saw how much salsa I brought home, because even with a vibrant Latino community, we can't get rid of it. And yes, we do have Mexican food stores and restaurants here. Wild, I know. Actually, we have a Jamaican place too. But once again, the thing is, don't look at it as, oh, you only go there when you're at rock bottom. No. This is what you pay taxes for. You are allowed to take the food from there as well. What I will say is, take only what you need, not what you want. Leave a little bit for others. But the one that I'm at, we want people to come in so badly so we don't throw so much away, that we rather more people come in even if they don't need it. Because once again, these are your tax dollars. All right, so this has gotten kind of long. And one other tip I want to give you. Remember when I told you to make good friends with your butcher? Your butcher also has free fat. That's right. They can give you the fat and the bones. You can boil those bones down into a nice broth, and you can cut that fat into crackling. You know, cut it up, render it out, skim off the water, let the water boil off, take all the bits and pieces out, and now you got free cooking fat. Yeah. All you gotta do is make nice with people, and these are the things that happen. Anyway, this has now gotten way too damn long. This is probably going to be half the damn video. So we're going to get out and get our walk in. Along the way, we are going to do some incline push-ups. We will come back and then do tempo push-ups, which will be 1 second down, 3 seconds close to the ground, and then 1 second back up. And I think that's all we got. Oh, scapular push-ups. We're going to try those in here too, but we're going to get the incline push-ups on our walk. So going to put this phone back on the charger for a little bit, watch a little bit of something on YouTube, and I'll get back with you. Alexa, open YouTube. Okie dokie. So we are home. Thank you. It's 11:59. Three, two, one. 20 hours on the dot. So what we have is a half cup of that pasta with tomato basil sauce. I made my own tomato basil sauce, kind of, sort of. I took the tomato sauce out of the can. It was low sodium, no sugar, and of course added the basil, thyme, oregano, and 2 roasted chicken legs. And to top that off, we are going to top it off with some hot sauce from Taco Bell. And by the way, I do count these as 5 calories each, because even though they say there's 0 calories, FDA allows anything under 5 calories to be marked as 0. I still mark it as 5. And we are going to get in a little bit of electrolytes. Like I said, we'll go get more tomorrow. I don't know why they never have grape. We'll do a Pure Kick Hydrate Limeade, which is funny that it's low sodium, but this is an electrolyte. Like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. Uh-oh. So, while I struggle to get this damn thing open, yeah, we're struggling today. Today we are on the struggle bus. Now, while, got a little bit more in there. So, one more thing I want to talk about, and this is going back to how to get deals on meat, on your proteins. There's one other thing I didn't talk about, and I really wanted to say this, but I'm only saying this because I really want you to take what I'm about to say to heart. The backdoor deal. Let me explain this to you. Remember I told you, make friends with your butcher or the meat department in your local grocery store. Not only can they tell you, like what's coming up on manager special, not only can they take something back in the back and mark it down for you to a low price. Not only can they tell you what time they're going to start clearing meat out and they're going to mark everything down 50-60%. But the meat that is at or past the sale by date, they can do a few things with it. They can either chuck it in the bin, in the dumpster. They can grind it up and have it hauled away for animal feed. Or if you're one of those customers that is really cool with them, they're going to go take a 15-minute smoke break over there by the dumpster. Put two and two together on what I'm saying right there. Now, they can't sell you that meat. But what they can do, you meet them by that dumpster. Yeah, like I say, the meat is either at the sale by date or maybe a day or two past it. Now, as long as you take it home and freeze it, you're fine. That meat will either A, get tossed in the dumpster, be made into animal feed. Sometimes if they freeze it and then give it to a food bank, they'll do that as well. But once again, they can't sell you that meat because it's at the sale by date. But if you're good with the butcher or you're good with the meat department, that smoke break, you could be putting a cart of meat into your vehicle. Now, here's the two things I'm going to say about that. Number one, protect your source. Don't go telling everybody that deal. Because, once people get wind of that, not everybody's going to do it like you do and fly under the radar. Some people are going to walk in brazen. Well, this person told me you do this. That's the wrong attitude. That's why I don't tell people my hookups. Keep it quiet. Keep it between you and that meat person. Number two, don't always look for that deal. Go in and sometimes look for the manager specials. Look for when they mark down. Sometimes it's price/Saturday or price/Sunday. Well, it's usually price/Saturday because, Sunday is their is usually the grocery day of the old people. Markdown Monday is a good one. Takedown Tuesday is a good one because I do see it either Monday or Tuesday. Usually the last week of the month is a good week. No, actually, either the second or the last week of the month are usually good weeks for deep discounts where you can get a huge 4 pounds of ground beef for like $5. I've seen that one. And I'm not talking about the 75-25. I'm talking about the 90-10 for $5. That's actually a very good deal. Of course, chicken is always cheap, but sometimes you can go in and get 4 packs, sometimes 6 packs of chicken thighs or chicken leg quarters for $1 each. But this is a third. I'm going to add one more. If you're getting really good stuff from them, make sure to grease their palms. Stop by that ATM before you go out or get some cash back at the thing. If this person is hooking you up with $100 or something worth of meat, grease their palms. They're not selling it to you, but make sure you're taking care of that person. Because trust me, that can lead to other things. That can lead to, hey, here's my number. Text me when you get, text me with whatever. text me whatever. This is how you get your ribs. This is how you get your turkeys. This is how you get a chest full of chicken. This is how you get all the good stuff that sometimes people pass up. You know, like I say, you take it home, you throw it in the deep freezer, or you vacuum save it, you vacuum seal it, throw it in the freezer. Months later, you still got good, you know, especially at New Year when they're trying to clear them turkeys out. Yeah, they're going to give them to a homeless shelter. They're going to give it to, if they can, but if they're not in the area where even they're not taking it, you meet that butcher by the dumpster. Now you got turkey for once a month for 2 weeks, depending on how you go through turkey. Now you got pork shoulders. You got so much pork shoulder, you start selling pork shoulder sandwiches. But that's the thing right there. Don't always look for that person to hook you up like that. And if they are hooking you up like that, make sure you're putting just a little bit of money in their hands. Like I say, they can't sell it to you through the store, and they really can't sell it to you, period. But just make that little bit of a donation. And the last thing is, don't tell nobody. Don't tell nobody how you got that meat. You got it, you went to the store and you bought it. Because some people will ruin anything for you. Trust me, I know this not from first-hand experience, but from second-hand experience. I've seen people do it, and it ruined some stuff for the other person. So I'm going to eat this, and then you're going to get into some tempo push-ups. And by that point, I don't know what we're going to do with the rest of the day, because we're kind of, I have no clue. So before we start anything, let's get a little bit of a treat. Good friend of the channel, Rice Krispie treats. Why do I feel like I stink? We're going to get this in, and we're going to get our exercise, and then we are going to take a shower before we wrap. So we got this, and we are going to put on 1 tablespoon of peanut butter, even though that's a little bit under a tablespoon. All right. And we can finish another water because I am a little thirsty girl today. Now, 1 home-style Rice Krispie treat and 1 tablespoon of peanut butter. That's probably 210 calories. Probably. Let's see. Yes, we have to keep track of all calories. Like I said, if you bite it, write it. And we're going to do that. Why the fuck do I have sugar-free pumpkin spice in here? I haven't had anything pumpkin spice as of late. Okay, that's an afternoon snack. And let's look for our all good peanut butter. 1 tablespoon. That would actually be 220 calories, because I forgot this is 90 calories part. The other one is only 80. The white top. Oops. delicious. Now, I was just playing on AI a little bit, just to see like difference between overweight, obese, morbidly obese, super morbidly obese. And I know I'm still in the obese era. I'm not going to take that away from myself. I'm not going to kid myself where I'm at. But I was looking at how to get to just the overweight classification. And that would be somewhere around 233 pounds. If you're just looking at weight. BMI doesn't really look at things like the fat content. It just looks at your weight. So someone who is at the weight of 233, but let's say they have a body fat percentage of, let's say, 60%. Well, because they're at 233, BIA is going to say, well, they're fine. So I said I wanted to get to 255, but 25% body fat, which is wild that it would say you would still be obese, but your body fat percentage at 25% would put you in a way different level than other people. Now, they got me to kind of almost spiral mentally, not physically, mentally, because it made me think if I would have started body weight exercises last year, we could probably be closing in on that. But hold on, this is what happened. I asked the AI that, and it actually told me this. No, you didn't. What it told me was, in the event we would have tried this last year, when I was 415 pounds, or even if I was 470 pounds in the beginning, I could have tore something. I could have pulled something. We could have derailed ourselves before we even got started. So we actually did the right thing by waiting to clear the clutter, as it said. Because now we can work with better range of motion. We can do things and not have to worry about injuring ourselves at a greater capacity than we could have at 470 or 415, which I think is good. And I actually texted my doctor, my primary care physician. I asked him the exact same thing. He actually backed that up. He said, yes, same thing. You know, and it goes back to what I said maybe a week or two ago. For every pound you're overweight, it adds 4 pounds of pressure to your joints. So while we still have that excess pressure on my joints, it's way lighter now, and it's going to keep getting way lighter as we lose the weight. And it is suggested that with muscle memory or newbie gains, proper nutrition, proper protein intake, proper fat intake, we could push down to 255 and possibly a little bit lower than 25% on the body fat. We can probably push down to a little bit like 25 at a normal weight like 233 would be what will put me at just overweight, or that very teetering obese, overweight. If it was just looking at that. But 24% would actually move me into just overweight. Now, once again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to explain this stuff to you as if I am a doctor. I will have this conversation with both my doctor and my dietitian once all this is over. Before April, when we start the next thing, we will talk about it. And once I talk to both of them, we will put a game time decision. Is 255 good? Should we go for 240? Should we go for 235? And I know the consensus will pretty much be, it's up to you, Brandon. Whatever you're comfortable with is what you go with. To which then I say, thanks a lot, Doc. Thank you for nothing. No, thank you for everything. Dr. Peterman is dope. But let this just be something to you that, yes, AI is cool. AI is good for rapid answers. But please do consult with a primary care physician. If you have access to one, a specialist, a physical therapist, if you have access to one, and a registered dietitian, not a nutritionist, but a registered dietitian. See you in a minute.
30 grams of protein per serving or more.
All right,
Tyson
we're going to get right into it. I don't know how we're going to do today, but we can figure this out, right? We'll figure this out together. We're friends, right? Okay. So the first thing we're going to get into, let's turn this down just a little bit because I don't want it to pick up anything and attribute it to me. Tempo push-ups. So these are where we go down, hold for 3 seconds, and then come back up. Down, hold for 3 seconds, come back up. We're going to see how many times we can get that. Now, these are harder because you're not actually coming back up right away, so you're missing out on the elasticity? I forget what it's called, but it's the bounce, the spring action. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Ooh, those are hard. So we got 4. And now we will get on the bed to get our incline. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe we should have did like a rest in between. Hold on 1 second. Someone's calling me. Okay, scapular push-ups. Now this is going to be a hard one. Actually, before we do anything, let's look up scapular push-ups to make sure we're going to do this right. Come on. I always gotta love when it doesn't want to do the right thing. But I know it's supposed to be like you're not bending the shoulder blades. I know that's pretty much the crux of it. So let's see what this is. Okay. Scapular push-up. All right. Okay. Okay, I see what it is. So you're not trying to, you're up, and you're not trying. Oh, you're not trying to bend them. 4, 6, 8, 9. Okay, 9. So what you're trying to do is you're not trying to bend your elbows, but you're trying to go down enough for like it's kind of hard to show like this. It's kind of like where you're in push-up and your arms are locked out, but you're just coming down enough to where like your shoulder blades kiss, where you're trying to bring your shoulder blades together like this, and then you go back up. So that could be one. That's a really hard one. But here's what we're going to do now. Since we got that out of the way, let's get more tempos out of the way. I know we're speed running. We may not get to a plank because my arms are going to be fried after this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3. Okay. Holy crap. That is terrible. Whew. But for a first time, that's actually not bad. For 4 and then 3. And then let's try some. Let's shake it out real quick before we do the next one. Shake it out. All right. We'll grab a shower after this. Okay. One more round of scapulars. Good. We always gotta do scapulars. It's gonna be the newest thing on this channel. Like, just try new stuff out. That's the beautiful thing about transformations or weight loss journey, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to do is what you should do. Never be afraid to do new things. Never be afraid of trying a new exercise just because it's not what everybody else does. When I stand against the wall and I do my anterior tibialis work, I know it's not sexy work. I know it's not the abs or the chest. But always remember, it's the thing that can stop you from breaking your leg, probably. All right, let's see if we can get this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Whew. Oh. I'll have to take a damn shower. I smell. All right, so we got oatmeal. Yes, oatmeal has made its way back. We put 1 serving of raisins, 1 serving of chopped dates, 1 serving of crushed pecans, and just a little bit under a half a tablespoon of butter, but we'll call it half a tablespoon of butter. I didn't add no sugar. Still turned out really good. Turned out really good. Nutty, sweet. Actually really good. I'm thinking about doing oatmeal for an entire week. Just see how I do. Good luck. Don't ask me why. You know, when I used to be a truck driver on the road, it's stuff like this that I used to actually just crave this. Like, this is one of the foods that, like, you really can't really just make in the truck, or you don't want to just take it into the truck stop to make. This makes retirement completely worth it. This makes giving my CDL up worth it. Now we gotta learn how to make it over the stove like an actual human being and not just throw everything in the microwave like a Neanderthal. Absolutely delicious. But that does teach me I need to bring more pecans home. Once again, pecans, pecan, pecans. I have no clue what we're going to call them. We'll call them something. I probably should have made one of these, but we'll be okay. I might give some to my little sister. If you want to see my little sister more on this channel, let me know. It's always good to have another person on the channel. Like I love having Ruler Gamer King on the channel. Every time he's on the channel, it seems like a little bit of fun. There's something about me and Ruler Gamer King that I'm thinking of doing. He's an actual trained pro wrestler. I am a trained amateur wrestler. Not exactly the different to an extent. If one of my videos breaks over 1,000 views, if this one breaks over 1,000 views, we will do a cross-train video where he will train me in the ring, I will train him on the mats. Speaking of which, I think I said when we get to 285, we'll try this damn thing on, and we haven't yet. I look at it every day though. It's a good deal. If on day 84 we make it to 272.5 or lower, I'll put it on in the video. Pinky promise. Anyway, let me enjoy this. Let me find something to watch and we'll wrap up. So, as we are getting ready to wrap up, let's try something. We're going to do a bit of a...
Wow, that is crazy. Average heart rate, 100 beats per minute. I don't know if that's even safe. For 16 and a half hours, I maintained an average of 100 beats per minute on my heart.
Shots of Ride went live.
I'm still here, so I guess it's okay.
I'm getting tired of you going live and I can't watch. I'm truly getting tired of that, Shy. Look into my eyes, Shy. Stop it.
So if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next time.
Let's try this real quick. We're going to...
For procurement managers, Ranger is the go-to.
All right. Ready? Set. Whew. 1 minute. One minute, 11 seconds. All right, let's wrap up. Just finished up more water. So we are now, let's put that in. I feel good after that one. That, I don't know what it is, but does anybody else have that problem where like they'll be doing a plank and then their back will like start cracking? We're at 178 ounces of water. So we're going to have some. Ooh, that feels kind of hard there. Or is it just happy to see me? Alright, so this has 15 grams of carbohydrates minus 5 grams of dietary fiber, so that's 10 net carbs, and then 11 grams of protein for only 90 calories. So real talk, we get a lot of these, and these things literally will just sit because nobody knows what to do with them. Now, these are things you could put in your oatmeal. You could actually stir these into like your oatmeal. You could put it in a shaker. You could put it in a cup of milk if you want to. There's a lot of things you could do with them. So thinking about it, I'm going to talk to Dr. Gemini tonight to see if we could do maybe oatmeal for the whole week. And we will be adding, to it, pumpkin. Because we still got some red blood cells and some blood we need to really work on getting back up. Ooh. All right, so we got that. Oh. And just so you can see, five came in. We had one yesterday, so there's 4. This strawberry one, like I say, I might get the chocolate peanut butter ones next time just to give them a try, but I'm going to get the Amazon Fresh ones from now on. I wish they sold them as something more than just 5, but they were free to me, so I really can't complain. But let's actually mark this down. We're going to come in just actually under. Let me see. Do we have the Nature Valley already in there? We should. Oh, we do. And a berry smoothie. All right. I really should put these in the refrigerator. Still just as good. Still excellent. So I would say today has been a massive success. tomorrow, during the morning walk, we will be doing park bench. But this will be 202 ounces of water. Absolutely beautiful. Now, before we leave, let me just account for something for a second. The reason why I show my videos the way I show them, or the non-edited, is because I want you to see everything. I don't want you to see a highlight reel of everything went perfect today. Everything was just so amazing. Everything was grand, great. I don't want that. My behind the scenes are the same as your behind the scenes. So, you see the good and the bad as I experience it. And I have no problem with that. I have no problem with you seeing I have no problem with you seeing the not so glamorous parts, the bad parts. Sometimes the parts where I sit here and I have going through my own head sometimes, just talking things through to myself to see if it makes sense. And to see if it makes sense to you guys. But it's also to show you guys that all of us are about the same in doing this. You know, you look online and you'll see someone with carefully curated stuff. You know, carefully curated videos, highly edited videos. You know, this is what I eat in a day, and okay. And it probably is. I'm not saying it's not. What I'm saying is, if I show you everything, maybe it'll show you that, hey, you're probably on the right track. You're probably doing everything right. There's probably a reason why the scale isn't moving. Maybe you're gaining strength. Maybe you're gaining muscle. Maybe you're just holding on to a little bit more water and sodium. It'll flush itself out. Don't worry. You know, and when it does flush itself out, you'll be doing the happy dance on that scale. Don't break it. I've broken too like that. But the other thing I want you to see is, if I can do it, I know you can do it. I have faith in you. I have faith in everyone can do it. But I also believe in body autonomy. If you don't want to do it, that's up to you. Don't be forced. Don't feel forced. Don't feel pressured to do it. Do it at your own time. It took many false starts for me to do it. And I had to come to a point where I wanted to do it for myself. Not me doing it because I wanted to impress somebody, because someone told me I need to do it, because someone tried to embarrass me to do it. I did it because I wanted to do it. That's why I'm doing as good as I am now, because I figured I deserved it. So if there's one thing I could do to go back and say, Brandon from the past, thank you. Thank you for one day clicking on a V-shred video and just following along. Did I look stupid that first day? Yes. Do I look stupid today? Yes. But today's stupid me is 200 pounds, 193 pounds lighter than that person I was in 2019 when I first started. I'm actually back down over 100 from where I was this time last year, which is wild. There are so many things I could say about that, which is absolutely amazing, wild. I wouldn't trade a day in for the world because I've had a blast doing all this. There were some days that really challenged me. There were some days that pushed me. There were some days I wanted to quit. I will admit it. When I look at those days, I learned something about myself. I really did. I learned that I am resilient, that I can be proud of myself. The only thing I need to work on, and this is actually the wildest thing, I was more confident at almost 500 pounds than I am now in talking to women. How does that happen? How do you get, I think it's because when you're that big, you already think they're going to say no, but they surprise you and say yes. Like, wait, what? Like, are you serious? And now it's like, you know, you see the lady that you have a crush on. She's a cop, by the way. And you really want to talk, but it's like your brain just malfunctions. Like, man, you picked the best time to fail. Anyway, enough of that. Today's in the books. Today is done. The smoothie is done. I will see all of you beautiful people tomorrow for a glute workout.
Sometimes when I'd look in the mirror, I'd feel both fat and small at the same time, even if I was in great shape. Like most people in fitness, I've struggled with body dysmorphia. I wouldn't say I'm totally cured now, but I'm definitely in a healthier place. Over time, I've learned that if you have body dysmorphia, you're not going to cure it by getting shredded. Your brain will just trick you into thinking you're actually getting fatter or smaller, and you'll start projecting those emotions onto others. I measured a professional natural bodybuilder at 8% body fat. He'd been brutally dieting for months, and people online still said he looked kinda average. That's how warped our expectations have gotten and how damaging online comparisons can be. I used to think that if I could just get a bit more shredded, it'd make me happier. And it can, but not if your mindset isn't healthy. Nowadays, rather than fixating on how my body looks, I focus much more on how my body feels and performs. If you're making gains in the gym in a healthy and sustainable way, you're doing great. Be proud of that. And if you're really struggling, you're definitely not alone. It's okay to ask for help and talk to a professional.